the D20 when you roll that out. Hmm. Oh, 1, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1 D20. It says that you're rolling to the DM, like personally, so it might not show up on that chart. You've rolled a 12 twice, which is a pretty low chance. Kind of fun. Are you on your phone? I'm doing the under like the settings, using the use desktop setting. You're on an iPhone, aren't you? What? I don't even. Yeah, I don't even know how that works, my guy. I'm sorry. Oh, it says you got a 12 if you want to roll with that. Alright, you'll add that to your dexterity and your proficiency for your stealth total. Now, you'll have a few perceptions to see if they break that, see if anyone notices you. Essentially they would see you. An initiative to see who would act first, and then it goes down. What's your, I mean, your total was higher than probably what they have. So far, none of them see you. You see them, yes. And you moved up to hear them. So pretty much, one of the kids, I gotta break out the pencil for this, because I just have the last family clan names. I even got, like, first names and shit. I don't even remember what family that is. Yeah, you see one kid. And he looks, kind of nice. He's got, like, kind of Obito looking hair, but it's a little less unkempt. Uh, like a smiling face, and he's just like 12 years old. And he's asking the old man, like, when are we gonna get there? Like, we've already traveled for so long, and how much further do we have to go? He's like, about a week, a little over, you know. I understand that you guys are excited to take your Genin exam in a foreign village, but, the time will come, children. There's 5 of them, 2 of which we're just zoning out. Um, well, let's see. I guess out of the 5, one looks to be about 12, one's 13. Um, damn. Let's see, another one would be 13. Then you have like a 9-year-old and like, yeah, like a 7-year-old, like a really young kid with them. And the 9-year-old's like holding the 7-year-old's hands as they walk. And the one's like, like my feet hurt, so he picks him up. And he's like, I don't really see it necessary for us to come, with you, sir. And the old man looks at him. And his eyes are like so withered by time he can barely keep them open. Like it's almost as if his eyes are always shit looking. And he smiles. And he's like, well, until the rest of the clan heads return to the village, it's unsafe to keep you. As he looks back over towards the three older kids, he's like, these will be the next generation of ninja for our village. As they're few and far between, like each one is just as important, and we've got to protect you until you can become a ninja as well. Not fight worthy. At least not to knowledge. Maybe one of the three, as they're going to like take their Genin exam, they'd probably be around your strength. Nah, they're like going to this foreign village to earn their headbands and their tryouts for it. Hmm. Oh, one's got like dark blue robes on and a white obi kind of sash. They've got the ninja shoes on, and this was the initial kid that was talking to the old man. The kind of impatient one. You've got another kid with like gray robes on, and it looks like Mitsuki's, but instead of blue and white, it's like gray and black. And he doesn't have like, he's just got like long samurai-looking pants on with the ninja shoes. And he's just walking with a serious face and his arms crossed. He's actually bald. You've got another kid who I have to Google real quick. Because how high was I when I wrote this? Hopefully it's dope. Oh, dude, I was high as fuck. Alright, let's get. You got another chick, bro. She's just, she looks like a basic anime character as if she'd fall into the background. Except she has, like, really kind of, like, poofy, like, overly eccentric, like, hair. And it kind of makes her look like a person of the wilderness. And, yeah, the two kids just look like like background character kids of no real distinction right now. As they're too young to be true pro tags. Assumingly so. I mean, you don't know, my G. The old man has eyes and crow's feet that are withered by time to the point where he barely keeps his eyes open. He is walking with a hunch and a cane. He's got just regular brown robes on that almost look too big for him. And he's got white hair on the sides, but he's bald up top. And he's got like mad forehead lines, just like a fucking exaggerated amount. Well, one did say, like, we've already been traveling a day since we left from Koga village. How much longer till we reach the leaf? You could do that. That is up to you, G. Oh yeah, you're definitely like on the side of a dirt road path that cuts through a forest, and you're in a pretty dense forest yourself. That all has like rising hips and cliffs all around it. Fucking cliffs and mountains and shit. Only one could possibly notice you. So you can roll a new stealth actually, yeah. Yeah, man, you got a 6. So, as you're jumping from tree top to tree top to get closer to them, the boy in the dark blue robes. Okay, I got you. Yes. I actually haven't rolled for that kid. I just assumed it was so low, but we'll see. Yeah, our boy rolled decently high. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, so it'll be like your 6 plus your dex plus your proficiency. Hmm. That's one. Oh, no, no, it's not your total dexterity, it's your modifier. Hmm. Um, Let me see. Because I think that is the assassin just bonus. I think it just gives you stealth as a proficiency. But I'm gonna load up the page. Okay, it'll be at creating a Naruto slash Naruto Shinobi at the top above class features. So you get stealth and deception, which is fucking amazing. Um, um, what level are you? I'm sorry. No, no, it activates at 3, so you're at least level 3, right? Okay, so you've got a +2 proficiency. Okay. In the field. Yeah, it'll be the +2 plus your dexterity modifier plus your initial roll. Okay, that'll be a +2. So 2 plus 2 plus your roll. Hmm. All right, our boy. Nah, our boy rolled a 17 plus his or plus his wisdom. So he looks over at you as you're like hopping through the trees to get closer, and he like taps the old man on the side. You know, not disrupting the crowd as they're like walking forward. And he just throws up a finger like towards your direction and he nods. So you're just posed up in a tree in front of him, like just red eye open. Alright, so the man steps forward. Let's see. His name is Guma Bunta. Not Gama, but Guma Bunta. And he says, Yes. He's he says like, I'm just traveling with these children here. We are to meet with an ally and a friend in a faraway land. These children are children of the village. Um, we are a small and humble village, so we mean you no harm in our travels. We are simply pilgrims. He like looks at you strangely, and he kind of like smiles a bit, and he says, "We hail from Koga. It's a village you may not have heard of." And he like nods his head slowly. All right, his eyes like kind of open a bit, and he's like, "Ah, so it is you then. Uh, I believe you were taken to Kumagakure for proper training in ninjutsu to become a genin. And on one of your later assignments, I had heard, there was an issue in your mission." And he like kind of looks over to the Yuki kid and like stops talking about it. And he's just like, "Yes, I was informed that I was to meet you when you were ready. But it would seem that the rest of these students here are off to, take the genin exam." They hurt real bad, Chief. He looks at you, and he like does. Hmm. Okay, actually then, that changes tonage. He'll just cross his arms, and he'll like, look at you. And he says, "I believe I know of the man you speak. He too is in the location that we are journeying to. That isn't initially what I thought your quest would be, young man." Hmm. Ah. He like, kind of throws his head back. He's like, "All right," and his eyes like kind of do the closed up thing again. And he's like, "I too would like to know this. Curious to see such mercy from a foreign, shinobi. But I'm sure he has good reason. You're welcome to travel with us. Amongst us here are the other villagers. As you haven't been there for quite some time, I had taken liberty on gathering, the initial clan members, after like their parents, as he like looks kind of sad at them, had fallen in the last war and in a few great attacks on the village. But they were sent to their relatives or into safe places, and I've gathered them up. Some of the older students and some of those with other ideas have set off on their own kind of paths, and it's unknown if they'll return, if or when. But the others aren't currently with us. For now, we have these 5 students and a few others that await us at the village. Oh, he shakes his head and kind of laughs a bit. He's like, "No, no, come with us now, child. It'll be safer as a group." As you guys trudge through, the rest of the lightning lands, it'd essentially be a day, so you would have 3 probability encounters. No, no, no. It's midday. You would have 2 to finish out the rest of the day into, late day, nightfall, and then night itself, depending if you want to camp or just keep trudging it. Yeah, yeah, of course. If you don't run into anything, man. Oh yeah, okay. So essentially, you would have met him out in the middle of the traveler's path. Um, I'd say, personally, if I'm not remembering wrong, it has like some weird Chinese looking trees. Like they don't poof out. They're like long and they like flat as they fall. And you've got those kind of winding around you with different colors, different shades of green more or less. You've got hills that kind of are in the forest itself. So there's certain points where like there's entire walls of trees that you can't see past, but that's just like due to the elevation. And you're walking among different altitudes that dip high and low, in between giant mountains. So you're essentially traveling between giant mountains and small mountains in this like kind of a, let's say, valley of sorts, like in a connection of different valleys. For now, yeah. He's been traveling with them for just a day now. Oh shit. Well, I was thinking essentially like, let's say you could kind of fall in with the rest of like the kids or like people in Koga, whereas like the last two generations were just wiped out. Any dealings with Koga you're unaware of, but they definitely are a serious village, even to have said to have a Kage, but are still in common respects as a recognized village in and of their own right. You know, from what you recall hearing, that like Koga was one of the villages that before Ninshu and Chakra hit this like the planet, like it's dated to have the Kage ninja system before that, kind of like the Village of the Stars. So oh yeah, dude. And the ninja culture that you guys would have would be kind of whatever's been brought into Koga over time. As there'd been like a Hashirama moment where you know, not to delve too into that because I think that would be kind of tight to find out. But yeah, different ninja were gathered, or different ninja ended up here, and their families' cultures are cool for clans. But essentially, like, yeah, espionage, using tools, information, just traditional classic ninja shit is what I was thinking the culture could be, because it predates the chakra shit. So if you just throw magic powers on top of already being a ninja. Alright, I got both you cloud guys on me. That's cool. I thought we were cool, Killer B. He says that in his youth he was known as the Spider Sage, and he was related to the previous Kage, and you know, he'd made some bad moves as the village head, so he essentially had stepped down. But you know, through like a group kind of community council of sorts in Koga, their affairs, when needed, which are very few and far between, have been settled. You know, like people will go as diplomats and shit, or like speakers for the village, as opposed to a main village head. So you know, like he says, due to his arrogance, he decided to step down a very, very long time ago. And since then, it's kind of they've just been living in secret and in neutrality, as you know, the last few happenings rather knocked out all their generation of hardcore dope adults and elders. So until these kids kind of grow into their own, and if they decide to stay in Koga, then it will return to being a village. But for now, you know, it's kind of getting back up. And it is. Oh, for sure. Alright, so, let me look this up. We got Kori Yuki. Kori, Kori Yuki. And this boy is 12. We got, let's see. Damn, that's not gonna work. This name is gonna be fucking insane, but you can shorten it down to anything you would like. Let me read this. Adobaiza. Adobaiza is one kid's name. He's 13. He's the kid with like the gray robes with the black slate. You've got this chick, which I'm gonna find a cool name for. Adobiza. Yeah, just a Z at the end. Adobiza. The girl? Adobe. Hansha? For the girl with like the crazy hair. She's 13. The 9-year-old's name is Kuzo. Kuso. And the 7 is, let's see. Supisu. So, Supesu. Supisu. Supisu. He actually hails from the Yuki clan, and, you know, his family had moved to Koga in their grandfather's time, but recently a strange ninja came to their village asking about any Uchiha members that could be present there, and, you know, they didn't want to say anything. They didn't want to reveal any last names for any reason, especially if these people are, you know, specifically targeting out clans. So, his family in particular, like his mom and his dad, his grandfather, his remaining elder, kind of like squatted up real quick and tried to fight this guy, and got thrashed and murdered. So he's going to train as a ninja to hunt this man down. Yeah. Adobe. Oh, yeah, he's just like, you know, he's got a serious face, kind of like Neji-esque, but he's like bald, he's got his Mitsuki robes on. He looks over. He says, I am actually the youngest, but a far distant relative of Gumabunta here, actually. And, you know, it was a chance encounter that we had met, but, you know, my lineage was traced as he was coming to pick up, as he points over to the girl, Hansha. He's like, he's coming to pick up her, and she was in the same orphanage with me. So he was going through, you know, the directory of people that were staying there, and he had seen me, and he was like, oh shit. So, yeah, that's my story. After he picked me up from the orphanage, you know, I was a war orphan, as my family died in the last Great Ninja War, what have you. Actually, no, he'd be Naruto's age. So, yeah, probably in a great attack, man. Shit, it would be the Eight Tails. He says his family was killed by the Eight Tails. And after his family was killed by the Eight Tails, he picked up in that orphanage. And he, after, you know, being like gracious to Gumabunta, he's gonna train to try to be the Kage of Koga. That's a good one. Let me relook at this. She might have some crazy ass story. I must have been high as fuck when I read this chick. For which, in honor, I'm gonna fucking hit the bowl after I read this little paragraph here. So what is this? Oh, so there's multiple niggas. Alright. That's crazy. Alright. Oh shit, okay, crazy. Oh shit, crazy. Okay, so essentially this chick ended up killing her family, she says, and she doesn't really talk about it, but seeing as how, like, you're a new member to Koga, and you've been, like, validated through, like, the old man, who everyone kind of, like, you sense, like, a great feeling of empathy, and almost literal love, and, like, care between each other, as these kids have really not too much, as you're finding out, besides each other. And, she's like, yeah, like, my family is gifted with a very special Kekai Genkai, but there's an intense drawback, and in the drawback, I ended up killing my family, and I woke up a bit outside of the Koga village, where Gumabunta has helped me with that problem. And then she just looks over to him and stops walking, and with like tears in her eyes, she just bows to him and like thanks him, and then just like continues walking. On him, he looks up and he just looks really sad. Let me look this up because I know this happened, but I don't know when. So the timeline, depending on when this happens, could be fun. It looks like it just happened, bro. Yeah, he looks up and he says that his village was attacked as they bordered the land of fire and the land of rain. So some strange ninja came in and everyone was murdered. Later, he says he watched all the dead bodies kind of get up and start grumbling and growling, and they tried to like eat him, and him and his friend here had to like escape, and they ended up wandering for like weeks in the woods, just eating like the most minimal berries and nuts and shit. And like he says, like the 7-year-old got poisoned once because they ate the wrong shit, and eventually the old man found them and took them to the village. He says no, no, he was a friend, like, of the family, like he lived close by. He just scooped him up and just started running. Oh shit, dude, for real? Oh shit, dude, for real? Right. All right. Let me. Well, he's got fucking ice, water, and I think you need air or yin for that shit. Yeah, man. This kid, I'm gonna roll for real quick, actually. Make it legit as possible. What is that? So my boy's got fire style. Write that down. Which makes sense. That's cool. Let's see. Hansha. Yeah, she has wind. The 9-year-old will have earth style. Oh, I rolled a fucking 1d20 on the wind and earth. Alright, it's 4 and 5 rather. So water and wind. So I'll just keep the wind, change the earth to water. Yeah, for Kuzo, he'll get water. Soapy's got lightning. So, yeah, man, you essentially have, like, the whole band right here. Um, Interesting. Let me see something. That would depend. If this is an instantaneous. Yeah, actually, you can't tell anything. You just look at him, and he has nothing. Target cannot be targeted by any divination magic or perceived through scrying sensors. Like perception sensors and shit. So yeah, this boy is just an old man. Just a humble old man. Miro! Maybe I'll meet up here in a second. Do you have anything in mind? I was thinking essentially like your parents could have had a tragic befalling incident as well. Um, hmm, okay. Yeah, your backstory could be intense because we could do this anyway, man. Because it could have been like your parents knew about some dope ass shit and dropped you off at the orphanage, and they could either be dead because of this
Yo.
reason or still be alive. Um, they could have died outside of Koga, and you were like brought in, and you could have had like amnesia through the attack, but of went to this old man, forgot you even met him, be like, yo, send me to Kumagakure. Like I want to learn the realest ninja not can from the dopest place in our lands, and then got squatted up. This shit happened. Hmm. He just kind of like smiles, and it's like in his self-confidence, like he's looking up more or less, he's smiling at himself. He's like, yes, I could possibly arrange this for you. He looks at you, and then like his kind of smile like goes to a saddened face, and then he looks away, like towards the kids. He's like, yes, I understand. Like, you are not the first, and more than likely not the last, of Koga to come and go as you would please. Currently,
Oh, y'all doing D&D
there
shit?
is no
I
law
gotta meet these
against
niggas.
leaving the village. And if there were, there's currently no one to stop you but me.
Alright, so shit.
Yosha.
I was on a phone call on my fucking ex. I don't know. It's likely.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess, that would break tension a bit. He let out a little laugh, like, haha, you don't get to live to be this old by being a pushover in this world. And then he, like, kind of winks at you very weakly, like opening the eye and then shutting it. He's like, I know more than a few things. Hmm. Yeah, he says he knows of that eye, that he knows of that eye. As Yeah, like one of the folds above like his normal sets of eyes, like in his forehead, like one of the folds open up to just reveal a fucking Mangekyo Sharingan, bro. And the fold just closes back down. And he like rubs it with the back of his hand. He's just like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about now, child." But I do know some things about the Sharingan. As he like kind of gives you like a serious, like puffed up, like mouth face. He's like, He says, yes, that actually hails from the same lands in which we are traveling to. It is a rare Kekai Genkai bloodline trait possessed by the Uchiha clan of the village hidden in the leaves. They are said to be one of the strongest and fiercest clans in all the 5 nations. I haven't kept up with their history in quite some time, but I imagine they're doing well. Hmm. Still, the man goes to rub his chin. He says, now that you mention it, it is very peculiar to leave something like that with a child. Oh, your character's like 20? Oh shit, dude. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, we were doing the whole progress shit. That's chill. That's chill. That's like Yosa and Nara's age. I think the rest of us are like 11 or 12. Yo. Nah, that's chill, bro. Nah, no, I'm trying to progress them as fast as I can. I still gotta run Yosa and Nara through the Genin exams. I was actually thinking when you show up, bro, like you have options to fight them. But there's also another list of NPCs that I had to write up, so you could potentially face them. Ah, yes. Hmm. For the lightning style. Okay. Shit. Hmm. You know at least one thing about Geo. Byakugan. The boy. Hmm. There are levels to this shit. Um, let's see. He looks at you and then he kind of like puts his hand like to the side of his mouth and whispers. He's like, "Yo, this would be better discussed in private, actually." as I don't believe any of the other students here know of the Sharingan or its potential. They now know of it because of you, but they know nothing beyond that. So you guys venture through the lightning lands for the remainder of the day. You end up getting to the border of the land of lightning and fire. It is here that the moon is starting to raise to the higher point in the sky, and it's up to you to rest or continue onward. Hmm. Oh, dude, for sure, for sure. Yo, the crow, the other clansmen. For the rest of the night, you have to decide high or low, and then roll the 1d20. Right in the middle, you're welcome to re-roll again at the 10. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm. Damn. All right. Pull up this link from Sam's boy, and it is wraps. Yeah. No, no, no. There is an encounter. For some reason, my laptop's bugging the fuck out. Yes. As you'd said hi and rolled a 4. Not good, unfortunately. In the favor of the die. In the favor of the die. Um, you've got a perception check, and as do some of the other sleeping students. You've got to make a perceptions check. Essentially, you'll roll your perception skill versus whatever the dice check is set to. That would be a listen or a sight or any of that. A perception doesn't necessarily mean sight in 5th edition. In the later ones, you literally get all like listening, all this other shit is separate. Perception in this is just your overall sense of awareness. So you roll the 1d20 plus a perception and then plus your wisdom if you have perception as a skill. Perception? Oh yeah, nah, dude, it's fucking insane, bro. Well, I think you picked perception, didn't you? As like one of your proficiencies. You didn't? Okay, so then that's not a proficiency skill. So essentially, you would just get a 1d20 plus your wisdom. Hmm. That is a +2. Nah, +2. Yeah, 14 and 15 is a +2. 16 and 17 is 3. 18 and 19 is +4. So it'll go up in variables of 2. Every 2 above 10 will technically be a +1 to your stat. Like from it, rather. Yes, sir. Dude, you straight rolled the fat ass 20, bro. Holy fuck. You alone feel just a mad rumbling underneath the ground. Oh, if I don't suck, I should be able to bring it up real quick. Alright, so, you'll activate it as a bonus action that'll last for 1 minute. You start with a 1 away. This will give you +1 to your armor, advantage on wisdom and dexterity checks after it's on, and advantage on perception. That's fucking stupid as fuck. That's stupid as fuck. Dude, you basically get to roll twice anytime those are called and take the higher number of the two fucking rolls. Oh, cool. No, after now that you've activated it, any rolls under wisdom, dexterity, or fucking perception. So that's insane. Uh, you can sense the presence of magic and chakra 30 feet around you. You actually sense it from coming underground beneath you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see the faint aura of any creatures along. You see two like long figures, kind of like weird noodly arm shapes underneath you. Oh wait, no, actually you can't see that. It says it's blocked by a foot of stone, an inch of metal, or a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. So you can't see the shapes, but you do sense some shit up underneath you. Um, shit. Okay, so that sucks because I'm really well versed in electricity. And the only way that I know that this is gonna work, like on some meta shit, is if you stab into the ground. Do you have the thunder jutsu? Hmm. Okay, you're gonna have to get. You're gonna wake them up. You're gonna call out, "Yo, yo, we have company. Wake up! Come to me now." Um, Hansho, Corey, and Adoba run over, and they're by you. You can essentially have Hansha move the, or wait, oh no, dude, Kuso, little young Koga Hamaru looking kid, run over, and you're like, "Yo, what are you doing here? What?" And then you just look over, like, they're underneath us. Kuso would open the ground 5 feet below you. Or wait, no, he didn't even have Earth. None of them Earth. Fuck. Fuck it, dude. I don't think you can. The ground's like the quote unquote ground for electrical, like just like electrons and shit, bro. So if you blast the ground with lightning, you can essentially put a dent in the ground, but it wouldn't be more than 10 feet, you know. Well, the distance to the jutsu says that it's 25 foot in a cone, but I like that's just like solid earth, you know. Like, could a lightning bolt tear fucking 25 feet or more down into the dirt itself, you know? Like, is that possible? Yeah, it would probably spread through the dirt and shit, even without destroying the dirt itself. I mean, you could. That's have you ever went? Okay, this is why D&D can be fun as fuck, right? I went fishing a few times with some people, and they'd stab electrical rods into the ground and shock the mud to get worms to come out. Have you ever done that? That's what they guess. That's what I'm trying to do, right? Okay, actually, no, that's totally possible, and contradicts literally all of my collegiate knowledge and understanding of electrons. But fuck it, bro. I've seen it. So yeah, you do that, bro. You stab your fucking swords in the ground. You thunder through the ground, and out from the ground come writhing two giant constrictor snakes with purple scales. They land on the ground and they start hissing. He looks over and puts two hands on his cane and, like, stands up straight, and he says, "These are the giant snakes of Mount Miyomoku. They serve the sage snake and potentially could have just been out in the night looking for a quick meal. We are their prey." You see him like literally behind the old man, like grabbing his fucking robes and stuff, and he's like, I can use the basic lightning jutsu and lightning rod, but that's only like if I hit them with a kunai, and I'm 7, but I can try. He like actually, talking to him and shit. You look at him, treat him like fucking equal, even though he's like dummy as fuck young. He like steps forward. He like puffs out his little chest, like as high as a kneecap, dude. And he's just like, "Okay, I got this. Like, I'll lightning rod him." Like arc between them. Yeah, like a Tesla cable or some shit, dude. In the fucking center, dude. That's insane. I mean, I would use that for a free fucking weapon enhance. Like, you wouldn't have to use your bonus action to activate the fucking lightning style. So you just like run up there and just bust out your attack. Um, could you do that? Yeah, you see Yuki in, Adoba. Hansha doesn't look as confident as them, but they're both like standing side to side. As Adoba's not making any facial expression at all, and Yuki has like kind of a cocky like smirk on his face, and he just like looks over at you. He just like, "Don't worry about them. Like, we've got this. Get over here." Yuki's gonna bust out a hand sign, bro. Let's see. Not necessarily. Let's see. Okay, so essentially, what Yuki's gonna do, he's gonna look over at you, and he's gonna be like, "These are native to these lands. Apparently, they just hunt like some of the animals in the forest." He's gonna put up his palms. What weapons do you use? You said you have a sword. Okay, he's okay. Oh, for sure, for sure. Um, he says just hit him tough. That was a neat move you did, electrocuting the ground like that. He creates an ice sword and an ice kunai, and then like presents them to you. And he says these should conduct pretty properly as well. Nice. So that was his turn. Adoba kind of like readies a hand sign, and he looks at you, and he's just like, on your mark, like, hmm, okay. So essentially, you guys would have gotten the drop on them, foregoing the initial initiative. You guys have done a setup. He's got a jutsu on his like he. What do you call it? You forego your turn. So he pretty much did some shit and is just waiting. Um, like you got them organized, which is more than a fucking help. Activating the Sharingan. Old boy gave you some winterized weapons, and now you guys have to roll legit initiative to see, who's going and how the turn order goes. So that'll just be a d20 plus your dexterity. Damn, this kid rolled a 20. That's crazy. Hmm. Yes. Damn, that's tough. Okay. I gotta write this out. We got a Doba. We got fucking. Oh, dude, sick, sick. Alright, so. Nice. Unfortunately, the dude above you rolled a straight 20, which was fucked. Yeah, he rolled like a 25 on a 1d20 somehow. Sometimes the dice just break, in which case we just geek about that shit. That's Yuki, bro. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Alright. Well, the snakes rolled a 7 and a 3, so you guys are good. Isn't that after a minute? I think you get 10 rounds. A round? Rounds are tight. Rounds are after every single motherfucker has taken a turn. That'll be 1 mark on the belt. Then every single motherfucker take a turn. That's 2 marks on the belt. You get 10 marks on the belt before you have to worry. I'm fairly certain. Oh yeah, the Byakugan works the same way. I'm sorry. Okay, so what old boy's gonna do is he's gonna throw together his hands, and he yells out, "1,000 needles of death!" and just kind of like runs up with his hands behind him, jumps in the air, and with one hand, slinging it towards his side, spinning back. Large number of needle-like shards surround the target and fly at them. Target's got to make a dex saving throw or take damage, and have its movement reduced. That's crazy. Still takes damage on failure, which is beautiful. And it fails. Nah, nah, like he gets roasted. It couldn't dodge in time, man. Like as it tries to outstretch its body, you know how like 1,000 needles will just be like on a central sphere and they just go inward on the target. Like it tries to jump out of it, but half its body still gets lit up. Unfortunately not, but it does move slower. Let's see. I'm losing track of the damage. It's so crazy. All right, this is a fairly decent jutsu, man. He rolled a 15 on a d4. I can't count that. Fucking dice roller. I'll take the max 4 though. That's cool. So it does 3d4 plus a 1d6 plus his intelligence. So we're going at the. He rolled a 7 on a 1d4. We can't keep doing this, guys. You guys gotta fix this, man. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He hits it with just 10 straight up damage. As its tongue like it starts moving around, riling in its mouth as it opens its jaws. Yeah, man. They go at the very end. Alright, that's a bonus action. Pretty much, you have an action and a move, or you can take a full move, which is sacrificing your action. You go double your movement distance, which is 30. Full, it's 60. And then as a ninja, you just get plus 10. So it's 40 and 70. Um, you're probably about 20 feet from it. The bonus action, everybody gets a free bonus action on their turn if you have some shit that just be like, you as a bonus action. Hmm. All day. Are you using the winterized weapon? Solid. Yes. So here's the kicker, bro. Since you teamed up with young Yuki, this weapon deals an additional 1d6 fucking cold. So you're using a short sword, which deals 1d6. You're getting an extra 1d6 on top of your lightning 1d4. On top of, since it's a melee attack, your strength modifier. So you're doing a 2d6 plus a 1d4 plus whatever your strength mod is. That's insanity. That's kind of like Yuki's hit just now, but a bit stronger. Uh, you'll roll. Well, we gotta see if you break the armor class on the snake. Like if your sword just hits its scales and kind of like slides off. Is the hardness? Nah, as these sage style snakes in this fucking writing, yeah, they have like their natural chakra inclined creatures. 1d20 plus your strength modifier plus your proficiency. All right, that'll be a +1, Jack. Plus the 2 from your proficiency as well. Yes. Honestly, dude. Yes, sir. Dude, starting as level 3 is fucking sick. Honestly, like, oh, I activate my Sharingan. Oh, they're underneath me. Like, that's so fucking G. Rest of them have been having tough times. I think Indra, his first snake encounter, he was completely swallowed by the snake, and he was trying to attack it and break out from the inside. It took him, like, several turns to literally break through, like, the stomach lining, then the flesh, then the bone, then the muscle, then the skin, and then the scale. So he was just like, dude, I'm like, you're trying to break out of a snake, man. Like, you're like avoiding the stomach acid, all while they're trying to take this giant snake down. It was just a whole ass hassle, bro. So at least you got the jump, bro. Like Indra straight got eaten out of the ground. How do like Jaws type shit. Like he was just like walking, dude, and just glomped. The boy. Break it on the AC. You got the 19 plus 3 for the 22 total. Oh no, it's 16 plus 3, so you got the 19 total, which still breaks. You end up, cutting it through, I'd say with an X. You kind of hit it once and then hit it again with a follow-up backswing. Unless you have... Okay. The impale. So what, you put two hands on it and then like throw it to your side and then just jab forward? Okay, so I forget the player. I think it was multiple players. They were trying to talk to me about like breaking bones and shit. And that's why like in the mechanics getting through like, breaking out of stomach is fucking horrible. So to do that, we gotta be like level 12 to 14. Because the minus penalties on doing shit like that, like to attack the head specifically, they'll be called shots in the mechanics. That's an immediate minus 20. So when you're getting like plus 10 or plus 12 or 14, you can take a minus 4 or 6. There might be a chance you could just walk up to a cat and cut his fucking head off. And that's chill. But yeah, you can still like throw it to the side, impale him like through the head, like get it about halfway into your sword before you just like start feeling deep tissue and like bit young, you can't tear through it exactly, but as you pierce through the scales and the more you pull in, you start seeing it's like eyes roll back a little bit, it starts getting electrocuted, and some of the snake scales break, but you see that they're getting cold and like the snowy ice frost takes them and they start chipping away a bit from the weapon you're using. He cannot. Not to my knowledge. At least not yet, bro. What does he got? I mean, later in his life, bro, he's gonna be insane. But right now, he has one level 4 jutsu. Um, that's actually like a fucking meta ass question. Choose water surface around you, 5 foot. Yeah, bro. Well, oh yeah, yeah. Well, I feel that would take like the same mechanics because that one's interesting. It would be like grapple, for instance. Like in grapple, you have to do a maneuver before you can just get immediate damage. On this, you've done a maneuver and then you would get immediate damage. You'll do the 2d6 plus a 1d4 plus your strength modifier to see how, ruthless this assault was on this cat. You'll get 1d6 from your sword, 1d6 from the frost bonus, the 1d4 from the lightning, and then the strength modifier bonus for the melee attack. Um, yeah, your strength was a +1. You'll roll a 1d4 just free with nothing plus to it. That's just your bonus lightning damage. Yeah, that's fucking amazing. A 1d4. Yes. Without the strength. Yeah, yeah. You'd essentially be getting the d6 of cold by itself, the lightning by itself, but you get the strength modifier on your weapon damage. Because that's like a weapon you're using with your strength. That's not bad, dude. 14. Fucking solid. I mean, you did more than Yuki, so that's kind of saying something. That's the kid with the Keki Genki, bro. You move towards it, taking 20 feet. Um, dude, I gotta look up if spring attack exists in 5e. Because no one ever does this. It's literally just move attack. Spring attack 5e though, bro. Oh, for sure, for sure. Okay. Um, why does this not exist? Feats. Well, there's something in 3.5 that allows you to move, attack, move if you have free movement. I don't know if that's a thing. For now, we'll just play it off until I figure that out. Oh wait, there is still a spring attack mechanic for the rogue, where their cunning action ability allows them to do a full move both before and after their attack, or a full move and attack and a half move without drawing an attack opportunity. The disengage. So what is disengage, bro? Combat disengage. If you take the disengage action, your movement doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity for the rest of the turn. That's interesting. I think so. Disengage action. I don't think so. Later you can, because in the game we get 3 actions with our move. Right now we're just at 1 action and a move. So the disengage is an action. So like later on when you're like a chunin, yeah, you could run up, disengage, run out. But for now, we're like inexperienced, not as like hardcore on it, so you're just running up. Because all of this, like pretty much every turn within the round, like everyone will go, all these turns within a round are happening in 6 seconds. So within the same 6 seconds, everyone is technically moving at the same time. The initiative determines what happens within each 6-second frame period. So for now, you're next to the snake. Adoba is going to shoot the snake more towards its tail, taking you into account by all means. So, shit, I think that's just a radius damage, isn't it? Like, that's not even a fucking roll. Flame Whirlwind? Well, more like, you know, the lower body section, more like towards the, like away from the head, you know? Yeah. He's got a solid 8 on this motherfucker. That's insane, dude. You actually notice when he hits it, a bunch of scales like fly off into the forest, and it reveals like some flesh that's not like burnt with a little like whisk of fire on it. And he does change his facial expression. He just like looks towards you and Yuki, kind of like grins, and then yells, "Now, Honcho!" As the other snake is going to have to roll a wisdom save. And it succeeds. You know, she kind of like puts her 2 fingers up and grabs them with her hand, yells out, "Genjutsu!" and like looks at it, and it looks like it was in a daze, kind of like someone was playing a snake fiddler's flute. But then it just shakes, snaps, and like roars at you guys as you're all taken back from the like loud wind pressure that hits you. The old man's kind of just standing firm still though, and he's got the other 2 kids behind him. As you know, she looks at the old man when it fails, and then looks towards Adoba, and you know, he's got like kind of a normal face on. He's just like, you know, it's probably because of that seal. Don't worry about it. And then you know, here they come. So the snake, one snake that you stab in the face, is gonna make an attack on you, and it rolls a 1, so it just completely fucking fails, bro. The other one gonna break on the chick, so it just like lays down on the ground, and then like Orochimaru just fucking slithers up to her, and then spins and hits her with her tail. Uh, yeah, how much damage does this thing do? It's nah, man. Unfortunately, in other people's turns, unless you have like some crazy specific move stuff, like the Raijin. Yeah. That's not as devastating, I guess. We'll see. Yeah. You just see her fly off about 10 feet and hit a tree, and then kind of slump over, and she's shaking, trying to push herself up. She gets up, restances. She coughs up some blood. Kuso has water style, bro. In the beginning of the game, water style is effectively fucking useless. Oh, Corey Yuki? Or wait, no, no. No, no, no. I'd fucked his all of his stuff. When he initially had Earth, I rolled a D20 on that. And so I had to re-roll the 6. I got water for him. And then when I rolled wrong on Supo, he got lightning instead.
Okay. Okay.
What's that? Nah. Well, the only thing with lightning rod that actually sucks is I'm trying to do that because we've had issues with people, you know, trying to like super meta it, not even like doing what you're doing, like trying to use the moves the best way you can. Because people have done that shit, and we've had dope fights, like cool stories we could tell. But like I'm trying not to do custom things, and the issue with lightning rod is it says you have to hit them with a metal weapon before you can use the lightning rod jutsu. So, like with a kunai or like a sword, like unless the metal is physically touching them to disrupt them, it wouldn't really have as much of an effect apparently. That's just what
So
it's
basically,
implying. And break the AC. The armor class check. It's essentially like what their armor is that we're trying to, like, you know, get the hit. The first time, every attack, yeah, is like a separate dodge or a different block, which keeps the battle, changing over time. It scales in that. Well, I mean, for RP, it's like balling in that for like Monster Hunter effect. Like V fucking made snake armor, but you wouldn't essentially get a bonus to that until you get a Sunder ability. Which, if that's a thing for you, bro, I could check into that. That's kind of sick. Yeah, actually, alright. Pretty much objects have health and AC, weapons, armor, and shields are objects. You can consider it scales its natural armor bonus, which exists. You can consider that as armor. So, yeah, that's fucked up, because this dude on Reddit's like Sundering in D&D 5e apparently doesn't exist. This dude's like, use the Dungeon Master's Guide, page 246, 227, to determine health and AC of an object, which is what I was describing to them the other day about, like, bone and shit. It's like, if you want to, like, start breaking shit, we gotta start treating things as objects, with hardness in that. So, yeah, no, well, thankfully, this is only like the third party I've DM'd. I've played quite a bit. I've listened to a lot, and I was doing exactly what I should have. I was referencing the Dungeon Master's Guide on treating things as objects in a material, consideration. So yeah, now you can do that, bro. You just have to, in your next attack, not say I'm going to attack. And this is what fucking gets meta and sucks. You gotta say, I'm not gonna attack the snake, I'm going to target its scales. You know. Yeah, yeah, like instead of treating the enemy as a target, you'll treat a specificality as an object with the enemy. As per a Sunder. Which is cool that you can treat it that way. I mean, 5e exists now. Boom. Okay, so essentially, what just happened was the girl, after you and Yuki hit the ice and your lightning move, the guy lights it up with fire. She looks over at the one free snake standing in front of everyone. She's, Genjutsu. Fails completely. It runs up on her, tail slaps her into a tree. She somehow gets up. After that, both the other snakes face you and the other two boys. And yeah, from that point, it would be Yuki, Adoba. Or wait, no, you're after Yuki, so it would be Yuki, you, Adoba, and Hanshin, and then the two snakes again. So, yeah. Defensive. Um, yeah, he looks at you, kind of shrugs. He's like, "I'm sorry, bud. Like, I've I've been trained offensively." Adobe. Unfortunately, Fire Style is more of an offensive jutsu type as well. Like all it has in the trees for Ice Kekigenke, if you look it up in Fire Style, is just straight fireballs and throwing ice needles at motherfuckers. Like in the Ice Mirror, what's like, I can't wait. Like if this dude doesn't die, just DMing the Ice Mirror would be sweet. Um, actually, shit. He says, I have no, nope, he can't. At this level, I've only been giving players one level 4 jutsu. He could have known the water prison. But no, I mean at level 3 or lower for real. You get water gun and you can manipulate water. Yin, he's got basic yin, which if I focus creature's mind, the target gains advantage against being frightened, charmed, or unconscious. So like, your mind's cool. Has a bonus action. When you use a jutsu, you can make attacks with advantage, reroll damage, or yeah, that one's fucking gnarly. So This dude's just out here fucking damn. Yeah, nah, this dude's damage machine, bro. I'm sorry. Ooh, what is this? Hold up, wait, bro. This is crazy. This is crazy, bro. Magic Lantern body as an
About
action.
that?
Body? Bro, what is this? Magic Lantern body. Alright, range 5 miles for some reason. As an action, if you know the location of one creature or an object, you can project an image in front of them, enabling you to converse with them. The Mirage is transparent silhouette, safe for your eyes, which are perfectly recreated, that refracts various colors. You see and hear through this image, but you cannot interact with the world around it. So pretty much, he's like, I can light them the fuck up and try to murder one, or I can try to talk to it, bud. That's what I can do.
Talk, Alpha. Talk.
Talk with no jutsu.
Hey, he said he could try. He said he can do it. What?
Yeah, you look at it, it looks to be halfway out of the game, bro. It's as fucked up as the girl with the tail slap was. Like, imagine a girl being slapped by a giant snake. That's how fucked up the snake is. Nah, right now, 1,000 Needles of Death is the one. Otherwise, I just throw singular needles. Or I can make the ice weapons and then change shit to just feel cold. This dude is loaded, dude. He has no eyes, no class. I have yet to determine a path for these dudes. So right now, you're actually just out with a bunch of boys with chakra powers. And just being part of the Yuki clan, I'm sorry to geek, fucking in there, bro. Nah, Yuki's, man. Yeah, you could tell him what to do, otherwise he's gonna hit it with a move, and it's all you, bro. Alright, let's see here. He is probably gonna hit this bitch with 1,000 Needles of Death again, bro. The classic. Oh, and it fails tremendously against the dexterity, so it's taking full damage again. Ah, the snake.
Hey.
9, 10. Taking 12 damage.
That
Doing a
nigga
little
said
bit better.
Jesus.
Nuts. Hmm. Alright, I'd say since it's writhing, after previously being electrocuted and having nerve damage, and then being stabbed in the face, constantly lit up with fireballs, and being, you know, pierced with ice needles, it's moving. So, you might have a -4, but thankfully, not to be too meta, its AC is tragically low for some reason. Being a giant snake, in 3.5, if you go from medium to huge to large, all that, you actually lose AC. They say you're easier to hit, so I mean, even though it's got the tough scales and all this bullshit, it's huge. So you'll have a -4, but hey. Yeah, to get an additional D6, I'd say you can take a -4 to your attack. Nah, it has, like, more hit points remaining. To jump up there and do that. Alright, so pretty much here's the death by massive damage rule. If the damage equals or exceeds the maximum HP, you suffer instant death. So you'd have to meet and exceed its current, like I can't tell you its HP, but even with the bonus DC, let me see. I maxed all the dice. You get a max 4, max 6, max 6, and max 6. That'd be 6 and 6 for 12, another 18. And the max 4 play. Oh! Shit, I mean, if you want to take the -4 hit and pray that all your dice are maxed, I mean, you could potentially kill it in one blow. Especially after this -12. Yeah, actually, I understand these dudes are fucking. Because there's like a whole ass other snake too. Yeah, man, that sucks. Because, alright, I won't even lie to you. I'm not even gonna. It has 16 HP. You can keep track of the dice through the chart. Old boy did 10, then you did 14. I think the kid, with the bald kid did 8, then Yuki did 12 again. So that added is 36. It only has 16, or no, 44. It only has 16 more HP. So if you would have maxed, yeah, the 4, the 6, the 6, and the 6, you could kill it in one hit. Yeah, the probabilities though. I would say, dude, shave it the fuck down for the next kid, bro. Take this one out at least. Mhm. Yeah, bro. It's been 2 rounds. You guys are on the second round. Um, Either the attack roll with your weapon to get the ice and the electricity on it, because you imbue your weapon with electricity, with the basic electric, and then it's an ice weapon. Or, I mean, you can use a jutsu, man. You could try Thunder or some shit. You could try a jutsu. Essentially anything you would like to do. If you're doing the basic hit to the same spot, that'll be the strength mod plus the proficiency plus the d20. Yes. Um, Unfortunately not, as the thunder is a separate action, and we're limited to one action, one move right now. Yes. Unfortunately not. Solid. Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean if you wing it right, you could potentially hit both the snakes with it. They just both have to roll a dex check. Hmm. Hmm. No, that makes sense. Hmm. No, no, I do. It's just like I can't let you do an extra attack until level 5. Like you're only 2 levels away, Jay. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, nah, dude. I'm afraid of these dudes getting level 5 because that's when shit's just gonna pop off. Then like you're gonna get 3 attacks, bro. That's gonna be dumb as fuck. Oh, I run up, I do this, I do this, I do this. Oh, after him. It's gonna look like a Shinobi Strikers fight, and it's gonna be fucking insane. Oh, the 1d20, man. Hmm. Yes. Plus your proficiency and your strength modifier. it's two. Hmm. You got the 17, so you ended up breaking against its armor class. You ended up hitting the snake in any roleplayed-esque fashion. Otherwise, you just you jump up, like kind of like your arms are going, like flailing a bit, and then you grab the sword, like leaning your weight into it, and you hit in the same spot, cutting down onto its face. Um, and yeah, man, 2d6 plus the d4. I don't think you understand how gnarly that is at level 3. That's insane. The 1d4, yes. And then your plus 1 from strength. Dude. Okay, Yuki clan is so broken. Yeah. Nah. So, here's the thing. Like, you'll get a 1d6 from your short sword. You'll get the plus 1 from your strength modifier. You'll get an extra 6 damage if you're using the cold sword. Because it says that, you know, this dude can make weapons. Those weapons get cold damage. So it's like, fuck. 1d6 cold damage. And then you get the 1d4 from your electric damage. On just any weapon you use. Like, you just imbue some shit with lightning and you're like, let's go. Nah. Plus a 1d6 from the sword, a 1d6 from the cold, and then plus 1. Nah. You would roll that. It says 4 to me. Mm-hmm. It says a 4. It said, like, roll to GMD4. Yeah. Yeah, you'll add the plus 1 to your short sword d6. The cold d6 is just standing. Okay, that's fucking max damage, actually. That's insane. Actually, so far... No, that's amazing. So far, if you max damage the next dice, you would kill it in the next hit. Type shit. Like, we were just talking about this. That's insane, bro. Hit the 6. Hit a 6, dude. Let me see you just smoke this fucking snake for the love of everything. Oh, the 1d6. Without the plus 1, you've added your strength to your sword, yeah. Yeah, this will be your bonus cold damage. The 2. I mean, that's chill. He's got 4 HP, bro. So he's just barely up on the ground. So you're gonna get the 2 actions, then you get the Genjutsu. You just run up. Oh, dude, Yuki, throw me a sword. Cold lightning sword. Pff, look him in the eyes. Genjutsu. Shh. Bro, that's insane. Adoba just looks over, and it's gonna take the dex check for half damage or not. That was not the dice. Should roll. Yeah, it fails. It's taking the full ass damage. Oh, the 1d8. Plus 3. At the 10 damage, it is beyond smoked. As it's sitting there roasting, the other snake just comes coming towards you guys. So no one can choose 4, but you'll have to choose 1 through, yeah, actually there's 4 of you there, including Hansha, which would get a turn before the snake. So the snake will roll wisdom. She'll try Genjutsu again. She 1d20. Dude, on the 20. The snake is under a Genjutsu. Just rolled the 20 on the 20. Yeah, nah, it's just running off into the forest. Yeah, she's just like, I'm sending it away. You know, as the kids all like bend over and they start like huffing and puffing. Some like the other 2 are sweating because they busted mad chakra. Especially Yuki. He's basically out of chakra. Like if anything, he actually looks mad exhausted. And he's like hand on the knee, looks up at you, and he's like, I had to go a bit extra into the reserves, but I'll make it. Which means you can go negative to take exhaustion. So this dude's fucked. They're just throwing thumbs ups like, yo. Yeah, yeah, man. Honestly, it was a pretty fair fight. I mean, there's someone could have definitely fallen. Someone could have definitely died. A total party kills happened, dude. Hmm. Just leaning against the tree, just looking over, like blood coming from the back, like the bottom of her mouth and stuff. She's wheezing a bit. She's like, I'll be fine. Like, I'm good. Like, probably just a few broken ribs. Um, yeah, man. Got Gumabunto walks up and he just touches her head. He just puts her hand on her head, and then you just see like mad ass green light, like orbs just start appearing around her, almost like from the ether. And then one just like fills in her chest. They all dissipate and like go up into the air. And she just, after the light, even through the Sharingan, you have to like kind of put your arm up. And then after you look back at her, she's just completely fine. And she has a shocked look on her face. She's like, what the fuck? He looks at you and he says, I have picked up more than a few things in my days. He says, in time I may tell you what had transpired here. It's crazy because the effect affects him, and I'm fairly certain everything he does. And if it didn't, you'd essentially just see what would be senjutsu, um, just chakra type happening around her. Just interweaving through her cells, doing healing jutsu, an unknown healing jutsu. If one through the action of how he's interweaving and working this chakra, it doesn't even look like it's possible to do this as a jutsu. But this dude's doing it. It's the most intense shit. It's like doing cellular surgery. Hmm. He looks at you, somewhat serious, and he says, that's actually something that's sacred to me. Like, I've taken the deaths of my comrades and the people that I've loved very seriously. Like, I wouldn't go against nature, but I'll do what I can to keep those of us that are here for as long as we can be. Like, he looks to you seriously, and he's just like, you can never go thinking about that kind of thing. Bringing back the dead. It never ends well. You'll roll a wisdom check, Jerry. Yeah. Roll one for this kid. A d20 plus your wisdom. Alright, so that kid didn't get anything. Okay. For 15 plus 2. Damn. Yeah, you just don't pick up on anything. You guys just keep traveling down until you reach the leaf. Where you get to a large kind of gate entrance. Uh, Gumabuno walks up. He goes into his brown robe, pulls out a scroll, and he presents it to the guard. Where, finger through it. Says, alright, everything checks out. It's the official seal from Kage. You guys must be honored guests here, so we'll see that you get through to the village. You can have a guide if you'd like as well. Uh, he calls out a leaf Joni and just hops down from the wall. He's like, you're gonna see to them to the nearest lodging, and then afterwards, just report to them occasionally and see if they need anything. And kind of stands up straight, like, sir. So this Jonin shows you guys to an inn where Gamabuta reaches out a bag and he pays for a few rooms for everyone. As the kids just fucking scurry, they start like calling beds and calling rooms and shit. Like they don't even know the door numbers probably, but they're excited. You're standing there. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You've got the that leaf guard with you as well. His name, man. Damn, I have it written down somewhere. But for now, you can just call him Mori-san, Mr. Mori. He looks over to Guma, like the old man, and then he looks at you, and he raises an eyebrow. He's like, "All right, like I'll share what I can." Hmm. Is this in reference to Kakashi? Oh no, no, outside a game. Is it a reference to Kakashi? Uh, didn't you get your eye from him though? Like he gave you that eye after like he came, killed those dudes, and then just bailed, right? Okay. Tight. Okay. Um. So I guess the guy it will like got a game. I wasn't sure because I got a lot of NPCs in this stuff. So I've got a white haired. I actually like outside a game. Keep this on. I do have a white haired dude that wears a mask, and this dude is fucking insane. So for a second I was like, oh no, did I actually put Alpha on that? Like, was that the dude that like killed his friends, or was that Kakashi? Because that's like a really serious question. So no, if it's Kakashi, that's chill, bro. That's mega chill. Hell yeah, bro. So yeah, the leaf guard and be like, oh, white haired. I think we have, a leaf villager that recently did apparently have travels in Lightning Land. That would be Kakashi Hatake. I believe he has a place in the village. He's pretty well mannered. I'm sure you just went under non-aggressive like tone. You wouldn't mind a visitor. Yeah, after you guys check in, like I could take you there. All right. Yeah, he just bows to you, and he takes a seat at the lobby. Like pulls out a copy of fucking what is that? Make Out Paradise. Starts reading it. He's like, all right, I'll be here. Nah. The fact that he has that is fucking amazing. Actually, that's so meta. Yeah, he's just chilling. Yeah. Um. He just kind of chuckles, and he looks at you like with appreciation, but then he looks away. He's like, "Yeah, I'm fairly proud of it. Like it being part of Koga. I was told." As he nods over to Gumuna, he's like, is apparently like a really nice thing. It could bring a lot of prestige to the village. And inevitably, if I wanted to break away from the land of snow, he told me I could even choose to like start my own clan with this Kekai Genkai, and we can run it as our own. But I haven't decided if I'm going to do that or not. But having this Kekai Genkai, is it's the life, like that's what he expects. That's why he said he's been training in offensive jutsu so much, is because of that exact expectation. He didn't use his in style because, to his knowledge, and so far what I've seen, short of like unique crazy shit or other paths with Yin, he can only like buff, essentially. Like he can give himself buffs, or he can like empower people's willpower to not be frightened and to go through like tough situations. He just like looks at you like strangely. He's like, so you're saying use Yin style technique to improve Soupy's confidence, to better develop his skill to help him become a ninja. Hmm. He looks at you and like nods in agreement. Uh, he actually puts out his knuckles to you, like to tap, and he's like, "That's pretty cool that you'd like to help him stand on his own, even if not being a ninja. One of the tenements of Koga is, respecting each of the clans and more or less like having each clan stand on its own, because apparently like when all their parents and stuff were here and all the clans were thriving, it was kind of like the Leaf, like, oh, that's a fucking Nara, that's a Nakamichi, like, that's a fucking, this dude, like, that's a Hyuga, like, like, they were from mismatched lands from the Five Nations, but, like, under Koga, they were all, their own clan, so, yeah, he would like to see Soupy, like, inevitably grow up and be, like, a strong man side by side with him in Koga Village, like, holding a regular job, trained as a ninja, like, maybe have a wife and kids. So, yeah, no, he puts out his knuckles. He's like, that's what it is, cuz. He just, like, fucking stumbles over on the cane, like, hell yeah, he just takes a seat across from the Jonin. Uh, he says, I overheard the guard say Hatake. Uh, I knew more of his father, Sakumo, but I know nothing of this Kakashi. I have to assume it's his son. He says that you should probably seek out the Uchiha clan. As the Jonin is sitting across from you guys, just kind of looks up from his book, puts up a finger like, about that, you see, sir, there isn't an Uchiha clan any longer. The old man's eyes kind of like open up. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, there aren't any left. There was a large massacre among the clan, and there was a complete genocide. It could, he just says the classic anime line, like, it couldn't be helped. Uh, like right now? Okay. I guess he would take you to what would be a ghost Uchiha district. And yeah, you just see like a bunch of police tape and shit from like their old police military and shit, and just broken windows and like tattered streets and stuff. Like the Japanese stone walls that are like white with like the fucking tilings on top separating property. Like some old vendor stands, like a few that are falling over. He's walking you through, and he's just like, yeah, they say that one of the sole surviving members, Itachi Uchiha, came through here and killed every member of his clan, simply to test his power. He left no survivors except his sole younger brother, for whatever purpose. He just shakes his head and sighs, and says he is believed to be a rogue shinobi, out wandering the Firelands doing what he pleases. Yeah, he says he'll go back and check on the larger group of kids. As you know, kids are known to be troublemakers. He laughs, but he looks at you with like a serious face, and he's just like, I don't know much about this Koga village, but if that's where you guys hail from, uh, try to keep it a respected name. I'll trust you for now. Like you have a Hokage seal. He bows to you. Like, just ninja jumps. Cause some of them can be. I guess it's for like Asuma and shit's cool. Fucking Jiraiya. The cast, bro. Oh, I believe there is a sake place. Oh wait, you're not over sake. Fuck. Yeah, you just grab like a soda or like an iced water and just sit at a park by like the fountain in the center of town. As you watch like bustling people move around you and like other kids playing. Uh, you see people going about their daily lives as you're just lost in contemplative thought, meditating. Dude, you just asked for Kakashi, but you went to the Uchiha thing. Oh, for sure, for sure. You were just asking about a white-haired man from the Leaf. Okay. Oh shit, that's the way you're gonna go. That's sick. That's tough. That's kind of tight. So you're like, oh shit, I'm never gonna get answers. That is kind of the worst predict. Oh yeah, dude, that's insane. Shit. Yeah, nah, dude, they're gone. Like they're gone. That in story is actually the toughest thing to happen to a character. That's hilarious. To test his power. Ah, I'd say it's probably like late day, like about 7 o'clock. People are doing shit, but shops will be closing up in the next 3-4 hours. I think that is a huge, like, it almost looks like a fucking 5G tower or something, but it's like on top. Like, I run around at Jutsu Online, and they got like a fucking recreation of like the fire village. It's amazing. So yeah, dude, there's like this tall ass building. It's 3 layers, and it's got one of the metal things on it. So you're just like on top of that, overlooking the entirety of the village. Only the walls are taller than that type shit. Oh no, no, you had to like just jump up some buildings and just fucking chakra dash up. Do the Z line. Yeah. You see some Jonin up on the wall. See some people walking through the streets. Let's see, man. High or low probability, by all means. This is typically what Smart does. Uh, basic, just basic dudes. You know, traditional haircuts, just the vest. Oh, Kakashi, they're just like, this is well, this is a lot. There's about three of them. You kind of like jump over to the wall as far as you can. You kind of like do what you can to climb up with a kunai using your Sharingan to like see when they're trying to like look at you and their guard movement shows. You sneak up there and you kind of just walk up on them, kind of like frighten two of them as one of them sees you walking up. They're like, "Oh, hey, kid." You're like, "Oh, well, what do you guys know about Kakashi Hatake? Like, I've come to the village in search of him. Like, I'm cool. Like, like I'm walking up to you. It's Cash. Yeah, they look to each other like this is gonna be a lot. This is confusing. And they go, well, he's known as the White Fang of the Leaf. He's the son of Sakumo, and he hails from the Hatake clan, which was a modest and powerful clan in their own right. He's known to be a lightning style specialist that can also use fire and wind. Uh, let's see. He's a S rank Jonin, I'm fairly certain, who has mastered over 1,000 jutsus. And one of them like nudges the guy that was talking. And he's like, "Don't forget," as he points to like where Kakashi's eye patch is. And then the one that hasn't spoken like bends down, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's not just known as Kakashi, the White Fang of the Leaf. He's also known as Kakashi of the Sharingan." As the dude like kind of like kneels back up, shakes his head. He's like, "No, at some point in his journey in his youth, he had obtained the Sharingan and returned to the village with it. Ever since then, he's been different, And all the guys kind of just like nod in agreement, look a little upset. Oh, they just look over at each other like with our lives. Yeah, like two of them like stumble back. They're like, "What? What? Like, you have the Sharingan? Or he's in the village?" Like they just point over the village. Like, "What? Are you in a Uchiha?" Yeah, yeah. They just return their post. Like, what the fuck? Are you in a Uchiha? Like, what the fuck? I thought you were all dead. Not interested. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun story at the bar for them, bro. He's like the little lightning attack or Kakashi, man. It was crazy. They're just drunk. No one even believes him. Like, oh yeah, dude. There's a lot in there if I'm not mistaken. There's vendors, multiple restaurants and like eateries. There's fucking tourist attractions, man. Fucking bathhouses, spas and hot springs. Like, it's a whole ass thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, they've seen like they know Kakashi's in the village. Like he's recently sold like an item to him. If you're looking for him, like you can probably go to the Hokage's office and request a Jonin escort. The other vendor just looks at you. He's like, "You, yeah, I suppose." As you start running off, he's like, "Wait!" Bends down, starts digging around for shit, and he throws you something. As you catch it, your hand's cold. It's just an ice cream sandwich. He's like, "There you go, kid." You just dip off back to the inn. Oh, dude. Yeah, for sure, man. He's like, "There you go, man." Nah, you look troubled. He just goes back to cleaning some shit. Like, so many troubled kids in this village these days. There's like fucking 20 of them. Yeah, it's actually chaotic as fuck because of the rest of them. Like, you haven't even attacked the guards yet. For whatever fucking selfish, purposeful reason. Yeah. You haven't even broken into a house yet. Like, you haven't burned anything yet. You haven't beaten anybody up yet. Like, what's up? You're actually the most well-behaved person that's ever been here so far. Yeah, that was fucking awesome, actually. A lot of kids. Oh, yeah, that's some snake food right there, bro. Fucking Mori. Mori-san. Yeah, man. He just takes you through the Leaf Village to the Kaga's desk. Where you see like a secretary attendant and like a line of people to the Kaga's office. People just sitting in the lobby. So inevitably, the Joni would walk up to her and request, location of Kakashi. She's like, walks in the back, pulls out like a big book and starts fingering through it. She's like, he's currently off duty. She throws up her hands. Um, she like gets up, goes into the Hokage's office, and then comes back and she's like, yeah, he's either at his house or possibly at the gravestone. I mean, yeah, she says like if you don't catch him at his house, like he's usually looking at their names. Haruzen. He gives you like some directions on how to get Kakashi. He's like, if you were to jump off, he's like at that building there. He would tear down these streets, look for these like landmarks, and then try to look for like this apartment essentially, like on X floor, three rooms down. Like it's actually a lot to memorize. And then for the gravestone, he just like tells you another path to go. You get there, Kakashi is actually home as you knock on the door. You and the Jonin are just standing there. As he opens the door, he like rubs the eye without the eye patch. She's like, "Oh," and then looks at you. And how long has it been since that incident? Yeah. Nah, nah. Essentially, they've already spent like a year, bro. Like they've spent exactly 12 months in game. So it could have been a straight year since the last time you've seen this boy, or even further back, like a year and a half, 2 years. He looks at you though, and he like rubs his eye, and he's like, "Who are you?" He looks at the Jonin, like, "Hey, who is this kid?" Mori. Yeah, oh, dude, always, always. He rolled a 4. He beefed it, man. Oh yeah, as he'd like throw one of his arms forward and take a step back, like, it's you. What do you? Yeah, he just like stands up straight and then kind of glares at you. He's like, "To think you would have made it this far." Um, he looks at Mori. He's like, "Hey Mori, if you don't mind, I'm gonna talk to the kid alone. Could you come back in like an hour or so?" And he just like, bows to the guy. He's like, "Of course." Just flash out. He's like, "All right, come in, man." He shuts the door behind you. He sits on the couch. And then he uplifts his headband and he just activates where the Sharingan's always going. So he's just like, "Hey, take a seat." He's like, "I'm sure you have a lot of questions." He just shakes his head and he's like, "No." Uh, and then he shakes his head and he looks, in his face, he kind of looks really disappointed. He's like, "No." It was a dead, it was a dead end trail when I found you in the Lightning Village, or like, a few miles out from the Lightning Village. He said, "No, this is confidential information, but seeing as how you're already involved in the documents, uh, I was actually tracking some ninja that were said to have been seen in a seedy location with a Sharingan in a vial. Um, we didn't exactly know how they had acquired this, but seeing as how it hails from our village, and the Uchiha clan was murdered, we don't know if Itachi had any accomplices or insider information. But we assumed if we could catch them, we could get some information on Itachi. So we tracked them. They were essentially leaving our lands with the Sharingan, possibly to meet him in a foreign land or for whatever other reason. They ended up coming upon your team, killing your friends," as he looks away. And then he says, "As you held them off, I made it there in time, as you were downed, to, kill their team. The person I traveled there with actually came through. It was a medical ninja, in case someone had already implanted the Sharingan, we could take it back from them and prevent its usage against us in our village. So it turns out like your eye was actually injured in the combat, so uh, we replaced it with the Sharingan, and then as I noticed, your comrades had lost their lives in battle, I realized that like I'd went through something similar myself, and it might help you prevent the same thing from happening." As these were just rogues. Hmm. He just like laughs and leans back. He's like, "Ah, I'm glad to hear that." He'll essentially go through the, like what it can see and like the different chakra natures and differentiations. Essentially, like the consistent drain on your chakra pool is like it's not linked up through the Uchiha genetics, and yeah, there are supposed like stages to the eye, where those with the Mangekyo, as he activates his, are said to have a certain set of abilities, and then he just Kamoi's a vase off the table in front of you, and that shit's just gone. And then he just looks back over to you with the red eyes, and it's said to have some of the most powerful genjutsu known to the ninja world. I was like, yeah, fucking roll of wisdom, bro. So the only way to demonstrate it is to have the wisdom. It'll be the D20 plus the wisdom check. No, the wisdom mod, rather. Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah, you didn't make it, so you suddenly lose all sight. Everything just goes completely dark. And then you just hear like a snap, and all the vision comes to. And he says it's a powerful tool and resource, but it also has been known to put a large target on your back, as I too have been like, held blade by rogue ninjas seeking me for it. But it's also helped me protect those I care about and prevent any more harm coming to my friends. Hmm. This is essentially chakra control, and the more times you use it, the more natural muscle reflex you'll adapt to. Oh, the Kakashi cells, man. Um, well, I mean, seeing as how he the Sharingan works properly, all that you said that like you've been complaining about pain. He says, we can take you to the medical hospital and get you checked out, see what's going on with it. So, see if like the medical specialist he's with like did because it was a combat surgery, like it was a field surgery, so we should get that checked up on. And as you guys go to the hospital, you're getting your blood work done and checked out, and one of the nurses come in and they bring a clipboard over Kashi. They're like, you should probably check this out. And you kind of look over at the board. It shows the DNA like double helix, and there's like genome written. And it's just like perfect match type shit. And then she goes on to explain how some of his genetic structure has lingered, um, like in the process too, like through the blood transfusion. And he looks over at you like shocked. And he's like, yeah, but how? It's like, what? Like completely stunned. Hmm. She like flips the page on the fucking clipboard, and she says, your chakra network has essentially taken on the same modality and flow that his has, and it kind of is straining your network because the way that his chakra flowed at the time of the blood transfusion has more or less is in a consistent overwork of your system, trying to stay in that almost like metabolic rate. Like your DNA has been programmed for your chakra system to move and act differently than your chakra system was developed for. Like all your points in your body and shit, the way they like flow through your blood and your arteries and all that in your system, well, it's trying to like go backwards, or it's trying to like shoot some places it's never done before. and then on top of that, it's trying to like overwork itself to produce the same amount of effect. So pains could potentially be a regular thing for you. And then Kakashi snaps in and like puts a thumb up towards him. He's like, until you get to be about as strong as I am. As he like looks out the hospital window, like, yeah. He's like, what? I thought I saved your life. So, he does like the embarrassed like arm behind his head. He's like, we can call it even. Hmm. Yeah, he looks over the nurse and asks her if she can like, leave you two alone. So in the hospital room, he like sits on the bed. He's like, well, to start, the Mangekyo, when unlocked, has been through traumatic events, and essentially, when users obtain the Mangekyo, they have specific events and abilities pertaining to them. For instance, I've heard Itachi can use dark flames, and they don't go out. They just don't go out. I can transport things through time and space, it would seem, but it puts a great stress in the same pains on my body. If you were to acquire the Mangekyo, there's no telling what your eye might hold, as there was no record or trace from where that eye had hailed from. It has an unknown power, even to those of the Sharingan users itself. As he stands up, and he's like, if you become adept enough with it, you might even be able to copy ninjutsu, like those of the Uchiha clan, or even myself. No, I do. He's like, but you can see that. Yup. Hmm. Hey. Hmm. Hmm. He kind of like nods his head at you. He says, for now, I've actually got a couple of other punks that will be coming to see me from time to time. So this has just turned into a real hassle. But I've been given a Genin squad or two that I'm going to have to assess and determine if, I'll be their sensei. Chances are I probably won't. I typically don't take on students, but I've agreed to help them as he like squints his eyes and like looks away for a second for various reasons. Because all the fuckers that have Kakashi involved in their lives are, it's crazy. Like, now that you're in the Leaf, I would take some time, like, even out of game, bro. Just fucking find these dudes and be like, hey, like, see my boy, like, tell me what you've been doing. Just tell me shit, bro. Like, it's honestly fucking insane. So yeah, they're fucking this dude's light up. They're fucking this whole summer up, dude. Um, but yeah, you're welcome to come and see him throughout the summer before he like takes on Naruto and Sakura and all of them. Wait, what's up? I'm sorry. Wait, somebody has something you need? Fucking scroll? What scroll, man? I don't remember anybody having lightning style scroll. That's crazy. I mean, they're pretty good at keeping track of inventory and then like reminding me where they got this piece of equipment, so that's how I'm tight of them. As a player, they're like, nah, 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 I got this here and then and on this, I rolled a fucking this. I'm like, no, actually, yeah, now you're right. I remember that now. There's just like fucking 20 of them, so I'm like, ah, shit, right, right. They actually come through clutch sometimes with that shit. I'm like, oh shit, right, you didn't even use that? Alright, well. Um, he says, nah, it never really ends. But the pain does subside until you have to, let it out. As he bows to you, he's like, I understand. He like takes you to the door and opens it. And as you're walking out, he's like, by the way, I'm still in the springtime of my youth. He just shuts the
Get the
door.
fuck up out of here. That's when I come back in here. I'm still. That's the very first line I hear when I come back. I'm still in the springtime of my youth. I'm sorry, bro, but that just had me dead.
Yup, what's up?
Yeah, you just said what's up.
That is the perfect line to come back to. That
Bro,
is,
I've been gone since I joined the party. I come back. The first thing I heard, Alpha 4. Well, I'm still in the springtime of my youth. Get the fuck up out of here. What the fuck is going on here, G? In general,
yeah.
bro. Like, I was, like,
No, he's
confused as
talking to
fuck.
you, Alpha. Or you got him muted? Nara. Oh, yeah, yeah. He was just coming. You want to hear him out? I actually gotta hit the crash soon. So when your character passes out, I might pass out. Word. So we got you back at the end, bro. Dead of night, after visiting boy. You're in there. Hmm. That's hilarious, alright.
I'm right here, folks.
I'm right here, bro.
I'm Kakashi student. What's up?
One of the many people that fucked Kakashi's life up for the summer. What's up? Introducing Nara.
no cap, though. Am I not, though? Did I not RP that, Gio?
Yeah, you guys... I mean, you guys definitely brought a dead body to the doorstep, that's for sure.
Hey, not my problem. There's some things
That's
that
what I'm
happened that I
just
was not
asking.
informed of. I don't know why all that shit took place. I was just trying to help niggas. And he was
You're
like, yeah,
trying to
you
be the good
transferred.
guy.
You transferred Woo out the band. I'm like, what? Just because that was the only way I could think of to get our folks in them. And he was like, well, now he got it. Just smell gas, folks. Oh yeah. You had help though. But you had help though, so you good, folks. Was it? Oh yeah, you was them that fuck. That's pretty shitty. Okay, I would be mad. So like what?
He got the 4 on the high check.
Ah shit. Shit, you did better than me, folks. I pulled a 1 on the high check.
Yeah, he pretty much did that fishing thing where he like put metal in the ground and like electrocuted the poles and like all the worms crawl out. You just like fucking duck that shit.
A conductor.
Yeah.
So lightning rod, literally, you need a conductor for lightning rod.
Uh, yeah, he got like a dope clutch on the Sharingan call. I think he rolled insanely high on his perception, so he like felt the shit under him. Then he chose to activate his Sharingan, which allowed him to like sense the chakra underneath him. And he was like, ah shit, like it's gonna be enemies. So he didn't do it with Jutsu, seeing as how he had the drop and the jump and RP. It allows you to like DM figure shit out. So he just got to figure shit out, bro. It was hilarious. Like no initiative checks had even taken place before he was like, all right, bro, like we got magic powers. Like what can we do?
This is like ninja shit.
Yeah.
Major ninja shit.
Shit.
What if it's fish for us to eat and we starving, nigga? Niggas like, oh my bad, bro.
Yo, Nara, you still need to do your Genny trials?
Yeah.
We got a fresh young face here that needs to square off against a G for a headband.
Oh boy. Who?
Yo, Alphas. Alright, so both of you guys are standing in a dojo. Face to face, you see the old man, you see Yapapari. No, for sure, for sure, for sure. I hear somebody saying Void. I don't think I have him muted.
That's Drew.
Oh shit, I did mute him and fucking old boy Sam. Because they're pretty serious. Rios is gone, bro. What's up, Drew? Everybody's in his leaf. What's up, Drew? What's up, Sam? Everybody in the leaf, bro.
Yeah. Huh? How the fuck he die?
No, I'm talking about like.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn, what the fuck did I miss, fuck?
Yeah, the Ninetales out romping somewhere now. You have a rival?
Oh, let me whoop on them, folk.
Can I hear this fight? I would like to. I just want to hear it.
Stream that shit, cuz. Nah, I feel you, my G. I was looking out for young Alfs. Figured I'd get him in the village. I mean, he's taking D&D pretty well. You know, if you guys want to help him out, or at least meet his character, get some cool shit running for him.
What does strength mean to a ninja?
So far, he's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah. Well, no, I don't have to tell you anything that's going on. Just as, like, a DM's perspective as to a player, like, so far he's pretty cool. He asks the right questions. He does pretty cool things. He lets NPCs like actively play their role, which helps progress a lot of story along, as opposed to like just doing monotonous like nonsense. Like for instance, yeah, he's in the leaf, dude. Like he's not from the leaf. That says a lot right there alone. Like he's actually playing a character, which is pretty cool. You know, like he cares a lot. He's caught me actually fucking up the Naruto timeline and certain parts, and then he's like, nah, like I'm playing it like this, or like this wouldn't happen. Like, I'm like, all right, like hell yeah, bro. Like this is we writing a story, you know. We've come to like mutual agreements on like happenings and shit. So yeah, like Alpha's character is pretty cool. I just feel like your dude's super pissed off because you're just like, fuck, like all this shit.
No, yeah, my guy is angry. He's not happy. He's not in the friendly mood right now.
Hmm.
Unless he, a lot has changed.
What does
It's like
strength
a lot
mean to a
has
ninja?
changed him. And remember, trying to keep balance, not going things up.
What does it mean to be the
True.
strongest?
Well, I've seen the dice. Dude, I've seen him roll some 20s, man. The dice may save the lives.
In
That's what
order
I'm hoping.
to find the answer,
Or proper planning, or... Dude, he just teamwork no jutsu the fuck out of some shit.
at this moment,
So that's always cool.
a new battle begins.
My shit might go down. Bro, shit's definitely going down. Bro, you know Corey, right, Alpha? Yeah, Corey's a fucking boy now, bro. Him, fucking Adoba, huh? Dude, all of them straight boys, bro. Hmm. Well, you definitely played your character, like, pretty well. Like, you walked up, you were like, yo, this is it. Old man was like, oh yeah? Well, I have the dossier, I have the vanilla folder. Like, alright, we got you. You ended up, like, talking, like, you tried to, like, actively, like, alright, what's up with each one of you? Like, alright, this is me. They're like, alright, alright, so I can stroll along. The bad thing happened. You didn't, do any negative conversational points. You didn't do anything negative physically in game to a character. You actively like asked how to help and shit. You tried to, you know, lead the way. Like that was tight, bro. Like in character, like you did exactly what you needed to foster like a decent standing.
What does
Like there's like
strength
NPC
mean
standing
to a ninja?
relationship factors, for like pluses and minuses, and then like what they're considerate. So you would have initially started out
What does it mean
unfavorable
to
to
be
everybody.
the strongest?
A good first impression would definitely lead you to neutral, and then after combat, and then like working out, like you know, watching the kids run in the room and shit, just chilling with the group, you know, like just being there instead of like, oh, fuck it, I'm doing this, like, oh, me.
At this
Like
moment,
you were genuinely worried. Like you were talking
new
about
battle
fucking
begins.
little lightning kid. You're like, dude, fucking, I want to help this kid. You're like, that's dope. Like you're definitely in cool standings with him. Oh yeah, man. He's just the old man. Oh hell yeah, man. Iro, dude. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, for sure, for sure. Oh shit, dude.
And plus, if me and Alpha's character were meant to meet, we're gonna.
what does strength mean to a ninja?
True.
No point in rushing anything, my friend.
What does it mean to be the strongest?
Oh, for sure. No, dude, I'm gonna be 110. Like because you're here, and your three classmates have to take the Genin exam,
At this
and
moment,
you know, I mean, I can't say it now. I don't quite know if you recall, but there's certain like aspects about your village that it is a ninja village, but at the same time, bro, it's got a lot of cool shit with it. So it right now it has to take place here for a specific reason, but it gives you the opportunity, you know, like you're in the Leaf, if anyone's on and they're playing, you just jump in, watch their spars and shit, maybe fuck around with them. But if you want as well, you can also be the challenger to them to get their headband, which I think would be sick. Like if Toby wanted to fight you or Nara or Yosa, that'd be tight. But if not, you know, you get a cool travel in, kind of like their field trip. They did, like when they started, everybody took a big class field trip and had some battles and distance, did a cool thing in an event, and then like made their way back. So you kind of like got your more or less like travel in with a group of individuals. Broke the ice in adventure. Bro, I'm interested in the members of Koga that aren't in Koga right now. Oh, I'm interested in the members of Koga that aren't in Koga right now.
What does strength mean to a ninja?
Why do you ask questions?
What does it mean to be
What do you
the
mean?
strongest? In order to find the answer,
Oh, that is the comic book main character that I've been writing.
at
I've
this
been written
moment,
on like almost a year ago.
a new battle begins.
You don't have to kill me, man. Gio's a nice kid. He's just chilling. For now. Yeah, bro. We don't have them. Fuck these. Yeah, Land of Lightning's chill, bro. Like, short of the bullshit that happens there sometimes. Like, it's cool. I think it would have, I mean, on the list that I was sent, there's, like, some, you know, large terrestrial beasts, depending on the setting. But, like, I mean, there's not giant snakes. There might be giant alligators, giant bugs from what I recall. And then some aquatic creatures. But at the same time, like, I hope you don't roll bad, you know? The giant alligators are pretty shitty too, I guess.
What does strength mean to a ninja?
Oh, well, essentially when you call high or low for the probability of how your day is just going to turn out. Because it's like,
What does it mean to
you know,
be the
representative of the
strongest?
time and place, you know, what you're initially like planning for and hoping for in your situation, and just how the day turns out.
To find the
If you
answer,
called high and you got a 4, that's 20% like away
this
from like
moment,
just critical failure.
a new
So
battle begins.
essentially you were crossing paths with some hungry snakes that were, you know, on the prowl and hunt that night, and you set up camp where they were about to go, and they ended up crossing your path. What's up? Giant snakes? Well, the giant snakes, that one sucks because you have the giant frogs, snakes, and slugs, which everyone kind of encounters from time to time. The worst ones are getting hit with cast, subcast, or just, you know, the storyline that I'm writing, NPC ninjas. Because when you run into them, some of the times there are particular reasons, but you're like, why and how the fuck? I got you, my G. Same, my guys. I got you, man. Destiny and Masu, I suppose. Peace out, my guys.